decided to set up our tent outside. We're all just kind of hanging out in the tent on the, well, you know, downtown Helgen. It's kind of sad in some ways for Lars to be here, but it's good in others. He's found a group of people who are clearly going to make the town better. I'm having a nice cup of 3 ginger tea with turmeric. It's wonderful. So, on arriving back, finally gathering up all of the group, it took a while. In fact, Korst and Belrand were having a long discussion about gear and Belrand's hat. And, well, Lars kind of had to break it up. It's time to change back into our regular gear, get rid of these disguises, which didn't work, and nor did we really think they would, and move on. And an interesting development. Let's just, while I talk, we'll pack up. And let's take care of Belrand first. Let's look at your equipment here, sir. And do I have your clothes? First thing I need to do is, yes, so I need to give your outfit back. There we go. And then I
watch over your battles, friend.
need to find the horse. Which I believe we left at the gates when we got here. Of course, had to start raining, didn't it? I hate changing in the rain. So let's see. What have you got? Did I give you my good armor? Heavy Nordic cuirass, yes. And give you back the Imperial officer stuff. Steel boots and bracers I can keep. And let's see, do I have anything else that I can give you that's weighing me down in any way? A few things, perhaps. A couple of pelts. These rolls of paper. Gotta figure out how to hire guards for the... Now that I have the Felberg guard outfits, which is interesting in and of itself, I haven't spent the time to actually look into that. But I will soon enough. Right now we have an interesting development. So we spoke with Val, who was very appreciative, thanked us very much for getting his friend Korst back, and they had a quick discussion about what was going on at the prison. Korst felt as if the High Elves were keeping slaves and selling slaves, which just makes it that much more urgent that, well, that Lars do something about them. And that has kind of sealed the deal in his mind that it's time to take a side in the war. And he had a discussion with Marcus Janus about that very thing. And I have to take a break here. Okay, well, pardon me with that. Had to take a quick phone call. And anyway, I think I was talking about Lars's conversation with Marcus Janus. And the gist of that was that Janus or Marcus and Val need guards for the city of Helgen. And in order to help them stay as anonymous as possible, they want people to think that there are bandits there, but they just want to discourage people from coming into the gates of the town. And then the question, or the conversation ranged along several lines of who should those guards be, and whether or not Helgen and I would have to say the keepers of Hatu should remain neutral, or whether they should take a side in the war. And Lars had to express his own opinions, felt it very necessary to tell Marcus that he felt strongly about the Stormcloak Rebellion and exactly how he felt about the High Elves, particularly the Thalmor, especially the Thalmor. I think it's fair to say that Lars doesn't really bear all High Elves' malice. Runil is a good example. And
We're running out of bread. I hope the supplies get here soon.
they're talking about running out of bread while they're killing each other. So that came out, and the discussion was left that Lars needed to think a bit about the... Always loved this spot. Reminds me of the gates along the river in The Lord of the Rings. I forget what they're called. Anyway, so it came out that Lars needed to take a side, and that once he had, that Marcus and Val would honor that, and that they would, follow along, as it were, and that they would take their guards. Perhaps Marcus even hinted that he knows somebody in, I guess, in the Stormcloaks under Ulfric, who may be able to provide guards. So that's where we've left it. And so right now we are heading in the direction of Riften. And that's because we have to report to the poor family of the fellow we found in the cave that he's dead. That's something that's been weighing on Lars's mind. And so that's our first order of business. What the heck is going on with these? Guys. Oh, they're there. All right. Must be some hunters or something. So he's going there first, which is the little mill along the way here. And then he's going to...
I bet we have rabbits again.
They just obsess about food. And then he's going to head to meet Delphine at Kynesgrove and prove to her once and for all that he is Dragonborn and that she needs to get off her high horse and just get on with... Come on, get out of my way. That took care of him. Oh, no, it didn't.
I've got your back.
Thank you, Lydia. Thank you. I think we've had enough slaughtering of animals. So we're gonna go to that little mill and report, and then I don't think there's any real reason to head to Riften. We'll take a shortcut around through Shore's Stone, perhaps. Let these wolves leave us alone. I suppose Lydia and Belrand are going to take it upon themselves, but Lars has no stomach for it. It's also getting late. We got out of the prison, the Thalmor prison, late in the evening. It took us a while to get back to Helgen, and the camp that the three travelers made was really midday. They had a midday sleep, so it's already late again. And so we might have to just find an inn, or perhaps oh, for God's sake. These bears, I tell you. Thank goodness the horse is trained enough and he's swift enough to... And another bear. Oh my God. He can pretty much outrun them at a trot. So did we go too far? We did. We missed the cutoff. That's the problem with riding at night.
You dare fight a gunman?
I don't know who that was, and I don't care. Let's get a little light on the subject, see if we can avoid missing the turnoff. We'll find this place. That looks like it might be it right there. Yes, this is going to be sad business, I'm afraid. Very sad business.
This should be good.
Is someone there?
I love a challenge.
What happened? Did that bear chase us into here? No, I guess not. Well, let's speak to this person here. Hello?
I'm waiting.
No, you're not who I need to speak to. Excuse me. Ma'am?
Need something?
Well, I need to speak to the owners of the mill. Hello?
Here for work? Get an axe and bring me all the wood you can chop.
No, I am so sorry to tell you that I found Leifnar's body.
No, it can't be.
I'm so sorry.
Oh my. And all this time I was thinking he'd been unfaithful to me. I feel so stupid.
No,
I've been a fool, wasting my time sitting here helpless when I could have sent help sooner. Perhaps this is all my doing.
No, it's not.
What's done is done. Here, I want you to have this. Bringing me closure was kind of you.
Well, it was not a pleasure, but I'm glad that I could bring you some
Drop by and
peace
see
of
us
mind.
again if you're ever in the area.
We will. I don't suppose you have an inn here by any chance, do you? Grab some of that lavender, maybe an apple. Thank you so much, and I'm so sorry. Can we sleep here? No. All right. Well, apologies for the horrible news, but that's the way it goes, I guess. All right. Well, it's a beautiful spot. I don't see why perhaps we shouldn't just camp here. This guy can take us to Riften, can't he? Seems to have a...
Need something? Looking to hire a bu- Where you headed?
Just to Riften or Iverstead. And
All right.
Neither...
Hmm?
Neither one, but we can go across the bridge and head where we need to go. Let's just check our map and look. We are going to Kynes Grove. That's right, and just above Kynes Grove are the boots, which I believe are at Boethia's shrine. So we're going to go around there, and then we're going to stop in Windhelm and speak with Ulfric. So it's only 10 of 8. I think that, well, I think we have time to head along. You know, I think it would be best if we simply took the road back instead of going across to Shore's Stone. That's a tough one to call. Especially at night. I think we'd be better off sticking to the road, so that's what we're going to do. That's Belran's horse. I parked over here. I suppose we could go along the we could go along the shore of the lake, right? Yeah. Doesn't look very promising. No. Nope. Lars's first instincts were correct. Back to the road. And back the other way. There it is. All right, so that dovetails nicely, and to step out of Lars's story a little bit, it's a direction I haven't taken with the Helgen Reborn mod before. I have always essentially taken the neutral stance, and that gives you a quest to go around. I think it's 4, find 4 trainees. I assume something similar will happen, but we'll get Stormcloak recruits or something like that. I've actually never done it, and sorry for the darkness, but it's easier to see, and these lovely lanterns that are casting little pools of light along the road. Yeah, so it's an angle in the story of Helgen Reborn that I haven't taken before, so it might be interesting, and like I said, it dovetails nicely with Lars' own story and his desire to fight the good fight against the elves and for the freedom and glory of Skyrim and revenge against what happened at Helgen, though he's certainly not sure about the dragon or why it attacked any more than anybody else is at this point, but he certainly knows that the Imperials were involved, and he knows these bears. I don't blame Temba for being upset. He knows that the Thalmor were also involved, at least peripherally.
Someone do something. Somebody help!
So, if we can get down the mountain far enough to find a nice flat spot to camp, we will. And we'll rejoin you after that. Well, it's morning. We stopped here, finally made it down the mountain. Stopped here and camped overnight. We still have a little breakfast to eat. And we're close to Kynes Grove. and where we're going to meet. Delphine. Eat some bear and have some bread. Maybe an apple. And that should be enough. So let's save the game here quickly. A new spot. All right. Belrand, Lydia, let's go. So, for God's sake. Let's go, come on. I'm sick of this. What this really makes me want to do is add some sort of wildlife. I just don't, I'm not sure if I dare add Sky Test to this. It requires way too many patches. One with nature is reasonably stable, but this has been a pretty stable loadout until now, but I'm just so fucking sick of the goddamn of the way Skyrim, of the game, the base game, just continually throws these animals at you. It's ridiculous. It's utterly ridiculous. Oh great, we're gonna have to fight a dragon in the snow. Lovely. All right. So here we are, Kynes Grove.
Wait. No, you don't want to go up there. A dragon. It's attacking.
Yeah, I heard that there might be one here. Oh, look at this. Look at this.
This one's that takes care of that.
All right, you were saying, Idra, you're running away? Okay, fine. What did you kill, guys, anyway? A wolf and a bear? Well, as long as we're off our horses, we'll at least harvest the ingredients. And get rid of the poor beast. Anyway, as I was saying, wow. The dragon killed the soldiers? All right. Well, I guess the only thing we can do is, there it is, right there. This must be the big black dragon we've heard of. All right, well, there she is.
Stay undercover. This is what we came for. We need to see what happens.
Okay, let's do it.
Salakunir,
Need something?
Grotova Ursa.
Steady. I don't know what's happening. Let's watch and wait. This is worse than I thought.
Ah, he's resurrecting dragons.
Alduinturi. Boantid vokri has rixenjun kuzik. Salakamir, Kalimir. Follow side of a king. Zuu.
He's speaking to me.
Need no dove to hide. You do not even know our tongue.
I can figure out your tongue well enough. Fire dragon. Kind of hard to fight fire with fire. And he was not hard at all.
Oh, damn. You did it. Wait, something's happening. God's above.
Don't go setting the place on fire.
Yes,
okay?
Delphine.
Really are.
Yes, I really am. And now that you've witnessed it,
It's true, isn't it?
it is true.
You really are Dragonborn.
Do you feel foolish now? I hope so.
I owe you some answers, don't I?
You owe me a lot more than that. Lydia, stop walking in front of me, for crying out loud. Dragon teeth. All right,
I owe you some answers, don't I?
you do.
Go ahead. Whatever you want to know. Nothing held back.
Who are you and what do
I'm
you
one
want?
of the last members of the Blades. A very long time ago, the Blades were dragon slayers, and we served the Dragonborn, the greatest dragon slayer. For the last 200 years since the last Dragonborn Emperor, the Blades have been searching for a purpose. Now that dragons are coming back, our purpose is clear again. We need to stop them.
And what do you know about it?
I'm one of the last members of the Blades.
Ah, for crying out
A
loud.
very long time ago, for the last... Now that dragons are coming back, our purpose is clear again. Not a damn thing. I was just as surprised as you to find that big black dragon here.
I've heard of that black dragon. I've seen it once or twice. I heard it's the one that destroyed Helgen. And the Blades. Who are the Blades?
Exactly. Nobody even remembers our name these days. We used to be known across Tamriel as the protectors of the Septim Emperors. Those days are long gone, though. For the last 200 years, we've been searching for the next Dragonborn to guide and guard, as we are sworn to do. But we never found one, until now.
And what do you think the next move will be?
The first thing we need to do is figure out who's behind the dragons. The Thalmor are our best lead. If they aren't involved, they'll know who is.
And why are the Thalmor after you?
Before the Great War, the Blades helped the Empire against the Thalmor. Our Grand Master saw them as the greatest threat to Tamriel. At the time, that was true. Maybe it still is. So we fought them in the shadows, all across Tamriel. We thought we were more than a match for them. We were wrong.
And you really think the Thalmor are bringing the dragons back?
Nothing solid, yet. But my gut tells me it can't be anybody else. The Empire had captured Ulfric. The war was basically over. Then a dragon attacks, Ulfric escapes, and the war is back on. And now the dragons are attacking everywhere, indiscriminately. Skyrim is weakened. The Empire is weakened. Who else gains from that but the Thalmor?
I'm not so sure I follow that logic. It seems too simple. So we need to find out what the Thalmor know about the dragons.
If we could get into the Thalmor embassy, it's the center of their operations in Skyrim. Problem is, that place is locked up tighter than a miser's purse.
Hmm.
They could teach me a few things
Might
about
have used a
paranoia.
different metaphor myself, but so how do we get in?
I'm not sure yet. I have a few ideas, but I'll need some time to pull things together. Meet me back in Riverwood. If I'm not back when you get there, wait for me. I shouldn't be long.
It'll be a
Keep
while.
an eye on the sky.
I have research
This is
to
only
do.
going to get worse.
I need to read about the blades and about the dragons. I'm not just going to run off half-cocked, making assumptions that are unwarranted. All right. Well, that was interesting. And there's a shrine right there that I don't recognize. And an interesting noise. Raven's Rest. Well, guys, what do you think? Let's check this place out. Interesting.
Yes?
Why aren't you sneaking? You're supposed to be sneaking like me, instead of eating bread. I do think it would be a good idea to get our weapons out, though. Stay vigilant. Yolan's note. What is Yolan's note? All right, lads, I've had enough of Chief Sigvar. Tonight we take down the bastard. Last year, when he wrote me to join his lot, I figured it will be all plundering and murder, but it ain't marauders that he's been running down here. It's a bloody cult. That's what it is. As if it wasn't enough, he had to kill poor Garen, smashed his head up with the hammer of his. And all the kid wanted is some gold out of them Draugr coffins. I mean, it's not like those rotten sods could suddenly get up and complain about missing a coin or two, could they? Yolan the Mutt. This sounds familiar, but I don't really remember. So, Yolan's note is everywhere, just in case you missed it on the body. Well, let's go investigate this anyway. Somebody's hungry.
That's close enough.
Where are you?
Told him to just hand over the gold. But did he listen? Oh no. They always have.
Somebody invisible right there. Yeah.
Huh?
A bandit ghost. Take her down, Lydia. Well done. Huh. Interesting.
Someone there?
What's down here? Nothing.
I'm warning you. Back off.
Is someone there? Huh?
Nobody's backing off.
Time to end this little game.
But it looks like this might not be enterable from here.
Is someone there?
Well, we have far more important and pressing matters to take care of than figuring out this particular little dungeon here. And we'll do some research and figure out where the other entrance is.
You're a dead woman!
Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right. Oh, look at that. That's a pretty candle stand. Interesting. Don't know if I recognize that. All right. Enough. Out of here.
Huh?
All right. Let's go back and get the horses. And what is that noise coming from? Well, somebody's chasing us, so they're all chasing us. Holy crap. Damn it. Wow. The entire band? Ah. That was a little crazed.
Huh?
I think that we need to be ready here. Where did they all come from? Did they come from around here or something? No. Where's Belrand? Well, we're going to back up slowly. And maybe they won't come out this time. Come on, Belrand. Let's get out of here. That was interesting. Must have drawn them out, since they were all talking when we left. Grab some butterflies while we're at it. Grab a little Mora Tapanella. And still hear Alduin. Nobody's looking. No, no. I'm sure Ulfric will repost some guards here now that these have all been
Mining
killed.
is hard work, but we pay a fair price for any ore you dig up.
Is this my horse? Yes, it is. All right, you all. It's time to ride for Windhelm. And there it is. Ah, I know. We haven't had a whole lot of good sleep lately. Been camping on the road and battling dragons and various other things. So I think it's time to spend a little bit of time in Windhelm. Perhaps do a little smithing, do a little bit of crafting, if we have anything with us to craft. So we're going to stable the horses right here and head into Windhelm, and Lars is going to talk with Ulfric and finally commit to joining the Stormcloaks. So we'll end the stream there and come back when we have some more interesting things to take care of. And meanwhile, I'm going to attempt to fix this one snow texture. I think the one that has funny shadows on it. It's a snow pile. I don't know what's you can see them there in the distance. And we're going to visit that Shrine of Talos up there. We are going to, I think everybody knows, you know, the initial drill when you join the Stormcloaks. You got to go out and kill a couple of ice rays. We're not going to stream that. We're not going to stream any buying, selling, crafting, etc. In Windhelm, we're going to do a little bit of research on hiring guards for Fellberg, and we're going to get back towards Helgen and figure out what we need to do to hire guards for that city. That's going to be weighing heavily on Lars's mind, since Helgen is his home, as you all know, or was his home. And so those are the things that are going to happen, probably mostly off stream. And when we come back, we'll have joined the Stormcloaks. We're going to run up to the Shrine of Boethia, I think, right now and grab those boots. And we will have done that, perhaps run back to Solitude and gotten the next quest in that particular thing. And I really have to research animals. What can I do about all these stupid animal attacks when we're running along the roads? It really is annoying, difficult, and silly, frankly. So all of that stuff we'll take care of. Until we return, thanks for watching. Happy gaming, and we'll see you in Skyrim. Bye, Lydia. Say bye, everybody. Stick picking. This. And there we go down. Slippery rocks. Come on, you little pecker. Stay on there. Oh, did we get the... oh, God. Yeah, damn it. Ah. Shock, huh?